Hello and welcome back to J.P.'s World of Wrestling. I'm your man J.P. So today we're continuing on with the Galoob series, and today we get to talk about one of my all-time favorite wrestling figures ever in any series. And of course we're talking about this guy, Barry Windham. That's right, Barry Windham. I love this figure. This figure, the pose itself, really reflects the wrestling style of Barry Windham, and it's just such a great figure. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have this figure when I was a kid. I got this as an adult collector, but I would have. This is one of the ones I really, really, really wanted when I was a kid because the pose is just awesome. It's like one of the best poses of any wrestling figure I've ever seen. And the guy Barry Windham, I remember seeing him years ago in the NWA, which then became WCW. But then he had a run in the WWF, and they called him the Widowmaker. I mean, he still dressed the same, and he was still Barry Windham, but for whatever reason, they called him the Widowmaker. But then he went back to WCW, and then he came back to the WWF in the mid-90s as the Stalker. And he wore these, like, orange camouflage pants with, like, a plain, like, WWF sleeveless shirt, and he had this weird mustache. And but then they changed his gimmick and they teamed him up with Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and they became the New Blackjacks because Barry Windham's dad was Blackjack Mulligan in the original Blackjacks. So they made him into one of the new Blackjacks and teamed him up with Justin Hawk Bradshaw as, the new Blackjacks. So, but then Barry Windham eventually, he retired. But in WCW though, he was a former member of the Four Horsemen, and he had some really good matches. I liked his wrestling style. I remember him having some matches with Dustin Rhodes, and I remember those matches specifically because I mean both these guys had kind of similar wrestling styles because they were both trained the same. So yeah, Barry went this figure when I was a kid would have gotten so much play, because it's just the pose. Look at this pose. It's a great figure. I love this figure, and of course Barry Windham is the current IC champ of the channel, and I eventually am going to go back to doing figure matches. I just have to figure out a way to do them till I'm not like destroying my back, because I'm not a young man anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, Barry Windham. I remember, I think when I first saw Barry Windham was actually in the WWF when he was the Widowmaker, and that's no, actually I think it's before that in WCW, in the early like 1990s as just Barry Windham. But yeah, I think Barry Windham is like the godfather of Mike Rotundo's kids. Uh, Kendall Windham, or no, not Kendall Windham, but Bray Wyatt, current WWE superstar, who is the son of IRS, aka Mike Rotundo, but I think he is the godson of Barry Windham, and also another WWE star in recent years, Bo Dallas. He also is the brother of Bray Wyatt. He's also the godson of Barry Windham. Fun fact. And fun fact also, I didn't really meet him, but I got to see IRS backstage at a WWE show one time. And I am going to tell that story eventually on this channel, but that was kind of a cool experience. Nevertheless, this Barry Windham figure is one of my all-time favorite wrestling figures. It's perfect all the way around. So yeah, Barry Windham. That is going to do it for this video. And For my next video, we will continue on with the Galoobs, and we got a really good one. So, if you're new here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. And I will see you next time.